So, the Warriors. The Warriors have come back down to earth. I'm sorry. They have absolutely come back down to earth. And I think all the, Warriors are contenders talk, we kind of have to stop that. The Golden State Warriors are right now, at this point in time, they're not the top seed in the Western Conference. The Warriors are now the 4th seed in the Western Conference. They are 1 game back from the 9th seed. They are 12-7. They started off the year with a 10-2. They are now 12-7. In their last 10 for the Golden State Warriors, they are... Where does it say here? Their last 10, they are 5-5, and they're on a 4-game losing streak, with their next game being against Denver, and they really have to win that. And if you guys agree, subscribe. We are trying to hit 6, 7, 50 by the end of the day. We're only 10 off, and we are doing Mickmas or Hoopmas. This is the last video I'm recording before I make a full decision on this. But either way, if you guys leave in the comment section which one you guys want me to call it, I will be uploading 10 videos a day from today until the the end of the month. And yeah, let's go on to it. But the Golden State Warriors, they've lost 10 straight. The Buddy Hield, they're going through the Buddy Hield cycle apparently. Apparently that's a thing, the Buddy Hield cycle. Gets traded, balls over 10 games. New fans question why the last fan base didn't want him. Shoots them out of games and play no defense. Podziemski is I don't even know what's happening with Brandon Podziemski at this stage. Honestly, Brandon Podziemski, he was untouchable. He is not looking like he's untouchable this season. And look, it was a lot of, they were winning big games. Steph was, playing really well. But, the Golden State Warriors are 100%. They're not contenders. If they could somehow fluke it, then maybe. But, they could fluke a playoff spot. I genuinely think this is a team that needs to fluke a playoff spot. The Spurs, they are not as good as any of the teams ahead of them. They are, except for maybe Houston, they're not as good as Dallas, I don't think. Once Dallas gets Luka healthy, they're not as good as Dallas. And then the Timberwolves, surely the Timberwolves figure it out. Surely Sacramento figure it out and get into this spot here. Are they as good as the Lakers? I don't know. They're a game back in the Lakers? Are they as good as the Clippers? They're better than the Clippers. Are they as good as the Suns? No. So it's this is a team that's going to struggle to make the playoffs. Because it could happen again like last year where they win 49 games and end up playing. That's just the way it is. And the losses haven't been good losses either. They've got Steph, who's in somehow, 9th in MVP voting. We're averaging 22 points per game. And he's missed a couple of games. Steph's having one of his weaker years in a while. Yes, when Steph wants to turn it up, he can still be a top 5 player in the NBA. But, there's no way that, not there's no way he turns it up, but, he doesn't do it often enough to be an MVP candidate. This team is not good. Brandon Podziemski he has come back down to earth. He's still a fine NBA player. Jonathan Kuminga, just get something for Kuminga. I'm sorry, I made a video on this months ago. Stop with this Jonathan Kuminga potential. We're going to have 2 iterations of this dynasty with Kuminga. That's not how this sport works in the NBA, unfortunately. Moses Moody, again, is a fine basketball player. Kevon Looney's not great. DeAnthony Melton's out for the season with an ACL tear. Gui Santos, Quinton Post, Trace Jackson Davis. Trace Jackson Davis is a fine basketball player. But I'm sorry, he's not going to be a starting center on a winning team. And this is a team that realistically... You've got a lacrosse player on your roster, for God's sake. You've got a dude who basketball isn't even his first sport on your roster. But there's no way. There's absolutely no way in hell that this team is a contender. It's just not. It's not good enough. Andrew Wiggins has had a bounce back year. Great. Wiggins has had a bounce back year. But Draymond Green cannot be one of the best players on a championship team. You can't have Mr. Triple Single out here as one of your best players. Like, Draymond Green's career, the second he, like, assaulted Jordan Poole, has not been the same. I get it, he's still a valuable player. And I get it. They needed to get off Klay Thompson. I don't even mind them getting off Klay. We've seen it in Dallas. You know, Klay's washed. Klay's a combination of old and has a torn ACL in one leg and a torn Achilles in the other leg. Like, Klay, the fact that they won in 2022 and Klay came back, he wasn't Klay in 2022. I don't know what people are talking about. He hasn't been Klay since 2019. It's been 5 years. And this team, we got to be honest, they fluked the championship in 2022. They fluked it. They absolutely fluked it. They came up against, in the first round, a Denver Nuggets team who had nobody, whose second best player was Bones Highland, who was starting Austin Rivers. They came up against that team in the first round. The second round, they faced a Memphis Grizzlies team who just weren't ready yet. In the conference finals, they faced a Dallas team who were just undermanned, especially with how Wiggins was playing. And also, they had Jordan Poole as like the best sixth man in the NBA at the time. They came up against that team. If they come up against the Suns, it's as much as the Suns are choke artists, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to beat. It would have been hard to beat that Phoenix team. And then in the NBA finals, you played a Celtics team who were not ready yet. They were not ready yet. Like, to be fair, until they won their championship, they still had their fraud allegations from those finals. And then Steph Curry also had maybe one of the greatest individual playoff runs of all time. You needed that to win. Stephen Curry is not Stephen Curry of 2 years ago. And that's fine. He's 36 years old. But people still expect the Warriors to be just absolutely still the Warriors. They're not. They're not, unfortunately. And look, I really, really do wish the Warriors were a good team. I like when the Warriors are good. I think they play good basketball. I think of all the three-point shooting things that have happened, the Warriors are the one of the teams that have actually made it exciting. But I gotta be completely honest here. I've got to be completely honest here. The Golden State Warriors are not contenders. And I genuinely think there is a better chance of them being a play-in team than a top 6 team in the Western Conference. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Am I right? Am I wrong? Again, as always, with some of these stuff, I am willing to be completely wrong. And I really like the Warriors. As much as I'm like a Heat fan, I like the way the Warriors play. I like their play style. I like Steve Kerr as a coach. I love Steph Curry as a player. So if the Warriors can figure it out, I mean, I will be extremely happy. And this is one of the times I really want to be wrong because I like watching the Warriors play basketball. But anyway, see you guys.